Hello everyone. Hey Nira, how you doing today? Just like to close out the music. Hey David, thinking about getting that RoboCop game on sale for $9. I've been hearing good things about it. $9 for that, I think is a steal. I bought it when it was, I think, half off, like 20 or 25. I actually finished it a few weeks ago, and I thought it was fun. I liked it quite a bit. It's not perfect. I think some of the systems in the game could be better, especially if they decide to do a sequel to it. But for like how much, it's basically like $9. You're paying $9 for it, right? So $9, you're basically going to be getting a really fun, like kind of sorta janky Eurocop, like really gory RoboCop shooter. And it's I will say it's a lot more fun than your average. It's not even necessarily a movie license game because it's not really tied to any specific recent RoboCop film that's come out, but as far as these movie video games go, it's definitely one of the better ones I've played in a long time. Hey Vancouver Summertime, how you doing today? Okay, so let me plug in my controller. And then we will continue. I think we're at Algendar's castle, I believe. Yeah, Algendar's castle. Let me get to that. Oops. There we go. Currently no lifing Monster Hunter Wilds. How is that? What platform are you playing it on? Because I've heard performance is not amazing on consoles. I've heard it's really piss poor on PC. Ugh. What's the performance like on your end for it? It's fine? Oh, okay. Because I saw that, oh god, what the hell? Why is it so loud? Hold on. Do I have it on the 30%? It's really loud on my end. Yeah. Oh man, it must just be my headphones. Holy shit. Tone that down a little bit. Capcom's response didn't really help matters. Well, this is the thing that bugs me whenever, especially it's like a PC port where they're like, oh, please send us news about how this port is going. It's like you've had this port for years. Like, what are you doing releasing it in this way? It's the same thing they said about Dragon's Dogma 2, I believe, where they're like, oh yeah, send us, you know, bug reports and complaints. It's like, dude, you're Capcom. Like, what are you doing? You have a reputation to uphold. What's disappointing about Capcom, it's like they're, oh god, I don't even remember which way I was going. What way am I supposed to go again? Shit. I think I went this way, actually. Yeah, I think I went that way. Let me go back. Or maybe, did I go this way already? Maybe I didn't. I have no idea, honestly. I have no idea where I'm going. I think I went up this ladder last time, but once I go back to the previous room, I'll know where we stand. I just hate that I have somebody as weak as Mikey, my party. Good PC port is not that easy to do, so I don't blame them. No, but it's like if they're asking for at bare minimum $70 for a product, you know, it better work. At least it better be like in decent shape. At least. Like, then again, that is part of the course of AAA companies, even if they make good products. So many different specs possible to test. No, I know, but I think the problem with this, and this is something we've seen consistently with both. Oh God, what the hell? Oh no, I didn't go down here. Oh, this is that cave from a while ago. Okay, cool. That was a cool. Well, that was a viable way to go. Totally not a waste of time. So, I think the problem is that I really like the RE engine, but the RE engine very clearly has limitations when it comes to big open world games where they require a lot of different working systems in a big open area, especially when you have dynamic animations with things like Monster Hunter Wilds and Dragon's Dogma 2. But when you get games that are more streamlined, like Resident Evil or DMC or hopefully I assume Onimusha is not going to be some big open world thing. The results can be amazing, but it kind of makes me a little worried about Okami 2, since they're going to be using they're going to be using RE Engine for Okami 2. But thankfully Okami 2 is not this like massive, like graphically intensive game. It's a very art direction focused, painterly looking game. I hope I think the RE engine can handle something like that, even if Okami might be more open as far as geography goes compared to, say, Resident Evil or something level based like Devil May Cry. Just played RE4 Remake, and the difference is night and day. Yeah, well, even at launch too with RE4 Remake, I think it had issues on PC, and I know it definitely had image quality issues on PS5, and they were really distracting when I first played RE4 Remake, to the point where I didn't even want to play it until they smoothed out the visual quality, because it just looked like a Vaseline had just been slathered all over the camera. There's certain games that do that, especially on console, because they just can't keep up with maintaining frame rate and image quality. Something like when Horizon Forbidden West first came out, you know, as good as the Decima engine is, that also had problems with image quality, which they went in and later fixed it. But throughout most of my time, like a lot of my time with Horizon Forbidden West, I could tell that just something was off about the image quality, which was kind of distracting. And it was the same way I felt with RE4 Remake. I think that was the last Capcom game I played, besides the Ace Attorney collections, but I think they said they're going to be using RE Engine for the next Ace Attorney. At least I think they're testing RE Engine to work with it, but that will be very interesting to see what RE Engine could do for something like Ace Attorney, because Ace Attorney is like so it's so antithetical to modern Capcom, like what they're known to be, like this really like high quality graphics and facial tech and everything. Good afternoon. Hey Richard. I hope the Suikoden remaster is good, but knowing Konami, I'm very cautious. Yeah, I mean, even with, that's another one where even like, but that's Unreal Engine 5 as well, with Silent Hill 2 Remake, where that had definite frame rate, visual quality issues. I think to this day it's still not particularly like well optimized, like amazingly like it should be on PS5. Like even though I really liked not RE2 Remake, Silent Hill 2 Remake. Oh shit, am I back at the beginning? Hold on, let me go through these doors. That'll tell me whether or not I'm back at the entrance. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's... Sorry, I totally forgot like where my sense of direction with this castle. But I mean, I've never played any of the Suikoden games. I've actually heard, strangely enough, I've heard Radiata Stories takes a lot of inspiration from Suikoden. So I've always been curious to try Suikoden, but I never, it's one of my blind spots. But I'm curious to try it. Hopefully the port is good. They have no excuse for it not to be good though, considering it's Suikoden. Like it's not Metal Gear Remake, it's none of that crap. It's like come on guys, like let's get it together with remaking. Oh, here we go. Man, I was right there the whole time. Onimusha should be more concerning. Yeah, especially since that one, which is obvious from the trailer that it's gonna be very like detail oriented. But the combat looks slower than some of the newer games that have been using the RE engine. It looks more tactical and methodical, which is good. Attack the crystals around it. It's like, what are its weak spots? I don't know. How about the giant multicolored crystals that are around the guy? That makes sense. What's next for the year after Yakuza? Funny enough, it's funny you say that. I actually finished, I finished the main story of Pirate Yakuza last night. And then I got the platinum this morning for it, so I'm done with Pirate Yakuza. Good game. I liked it quite a bit. I don't think it's as good as Infinite Wealth or 7 or even Judgment, but I do like it more than Gaiden. I think it's more consistent than Gaiden if we're going by these smaller in quotes Yakuza games. But I did like it quite a bit. It was fun. It's definitely, for what is basically the only pirate adventure game we're gonna get for God knows how long, I'll take it. It's pretty fun. Hell, if Ubisoft ain't gonna make a new pirate RPG, then like screw it, you know? Oh, did we beat it already? Oh shit, that was easy. Oh, I wasn't even like paying attention. I was just babbling and just kind of just wailing on the guy. But as far as what's next, I have Split Fiction. I think Thursday it comes out. I definitely want to play that. And then I played the demo for Wonderstop, which is it's one of the demos that's available right now on the Steam Next Fest. Speaking of which, I have a demo that I have downloaded that I did want to play, a different one, like that Wonder Wheel or that Wheel World game from the I think it's the Nidhogg. I think it's from that team. I think. But I have that downloaded. But I played the demo for Wonderstop, and I liked it. Like I knew I would, because it's Davey Reardon, who I'm a big fan of. But this is his first like conventional style game, if that makes any sense. It's basically like a much darker version of a cozy like management sim, where it's about a woman running a tea shop, like assisting the owner with running a tea shop, but she suffers from like major anxiety issues and PTSD and panic attacks. It's like a darker take on that. Like it like very clearly reflects how Davey Reardon, I guess, kind of feels as like a creator, where it's like he feels like he's useless if he's not creating something, which mirrors what the warrior is going through in the game. But I mean, it's like obvious thematic, like, you know, stuff. But I did like the game from what the little I played of it. The way you make tea in the game is very like visually very pleasing to me, because it's very simple, but it's very pleasing to watch, you know, gathering the tea ingredients and then heating up the water and then throwing in the tea ball and the various other stuff, the leaves and the fruit you want to throw in there to flavor the tea. But But the way they do it, it looks like this big Willy Wonka machine where you're like pulling levers and shit, and you see like the tea come down, and then like it has like a bright red color, and then you throw different ingredients in, and it changes color, and it just looks very visually just really nice to me. So let's go. I think this was the exit. Onimusha combat is more about precision and positioning, so I think it'll be fine. Yeah, no, I agree. It's traditional campaign, so no giant map. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. This boss is a joke. Speaking of Konami, I heard mixed reception about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection. Yeah, I heard about that too. I know, I think Mr. Matty plays. I think I saw a thumbnail from him that he said it was a mixed bag. I mean, I was never gonna pick it up, even though one of the games in that collection is like one of the games I really enjoyed when I was a kid. But it's just not something I really wanted to put on my plate right now. In 2 months, Lost Soul Aside is gonna come out. Yeah, I really hope. I'm gonna look like an idiot if that comes out and it turns out not to be good, because I've been talking about that game and how much I enjoyed playing it at PlayStation Experience for over 7 years now, which is crazy. So I'm gonna look really stupid if that comes out and it's like, oh, it sucks. It's like, oh, damn. But I think that's like the only Sony published single player game that actually has a date right now. Just crazy. But I mean, I guess not, considering like how fucked up their pipeline is. Yeah, I'm free Thursday. We can start Split Fiction. Well, how long are you gonna? The problem is we're gonna have to play it when you're not working. We're gonna have to do sessions when you're working, or when you're not working, which is fine. I'm willing to wait, but you gotta give me like a timeline of what I'm working with here, Richard. Especially since I'm gonna be dependent on you playing this thing. Though I did make a promise that we would do it, so that's, yeah. I mean, they cut my hours. Oof. Oh, damn. I'm sorry. Well, I won't say it here. I won't put you on blast. I won't put your workplace on blast. But yeah, Thursday I'm definitely down to start Split Fiction. That's one of the ones that I've been really looking forward to. That one, what's like the next big one that I'm like excited for about? I'm trying to think of one that actually has a date. Oh, there's that Blueprints game that's coming out in April that I played the demo for that on Steam, and I enjoyed that far more than I thought I would. So that might be something I really enjoy. And then I'm trying to think. I know April also has South of Midnight, which I'm looking forward to. Oh, Clair Obscure, which I hope is good. I really hope that's good, because that looks like what I would like modern Final Fantasy to be. But I don't know. Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh yeah, I can definitely work with that. I know. I don't know if it's gonna be the case since you're on PS5 as well. I think it's just like cross-platform play. But I know they've added cross-platform play with the friend system with Split Fiction. But you have to create an EA account and sign in with it, which is like, ugh. So I don't think that should be a problem since you're on PS5. I would hope they don't make you make a fucking EA account to play on the same console with your homeboy. Like, that would be stupid, but I don't know, it's EA. EA, it's one of like the gestures of stupid. I know Doom is coming out in May. But my schedule is gonna be like, my schedule is gonna be so hectic for the next few months. Well, at least like starting in beginning of May, it's gonna be pretty hectic. But I'll find time to, yeah, play stuff. Run away. EA Sports, it's in the game. Yeah, not anymore. Now you have to pay extra. At least gestures can be funny. EA is just incompetent. And they show no signs of improving. No. I mean, it would take something... I think it would take, like, something like a FIFA game. Or in there, I guess, like, the FC, one of those, to be a bomb to get EA to change. Then again, I think the last one they said it underperformed compared to their usual metrics, which is crazy to me. And then of course, Dragon Age Veilguard, thankfully being a colossal failure. And I say thankfully because I just, like, after seeing some of those cutscenes, like a lot of them, I'm just like, oh man, I don't want to encourage this kind of just dreadful writing. We already have enough games that kind of shit the bed with writing. We already have a lot of those these days. We don't need yet another one. Any game that writes a scene where a character is doing anti-bigot, like in an unironic way, doing anti-bigot push-ups, it's like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this shit? Okay, the Fort Valencia. Sorry. I wonder if Lost Soul main character's gonna have personality similar to Noct, because I like him despite FF15 issues. Yeah, I don't think I've never like had a problem with Noctis as a character, even despite my like well documented multiple issues with Final Fantasy 15. Noct, I think there's a charm to Noctis because he's very obviously like a Nomura proxy. Like, he looks a lot like sometimes how Nomura looks. And I think Nomura has a very like personal connection to that character, despite Tabata and other writers coming in and fucking with it. But show and thanking you. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. But I like Noct as a character. Noctis is I think Noctis, despite the very like poor writing, I don't think Noctis is a bad character. If that makes any sense. There's just something about Noctis that I quite like. I like him a lot more than I like characters like Lightning or what's another? What's the character from 12? The main character. It's been so long since I've played 12 that it's like I don't even remember. I'll bring my friends with me. Hey, I made a list of friends. That's nice, kid. Okay. I think from here I'm going to Vane? Oh, Vane. Okay. So that's the game I need to replay one of these days. But I know there's a side quest in Goblin Haven. Go there. Because I don't think it starts until I go to bed, the next story stuff. What I find funny about Lost Soul aside is that the main character's nemesis, like that blonde-haired guy, I'm pretty sure his name is Ventus, which is very funny to me. Don't remember which NPC. I think it's one of like the vendors I have to talk to. Okay. You have ugly weapon. Well, thank you. I don't want to fuck with that guy. That guy's rough. Where did your talent go? Well, they all left because BioWare is a shit show. BioWare is like a massive shit show nowadays. It's been like that for a while. I mean, hell, they've released 3 bombs in a row. And I know, like, the optics... I know the optics for closing BioWare would be bad, like very bad for EA. But at this stage of the game, I'm kind of like... I don't know. I think it's better to just cut the cord at this point. Because it's just embarrassing to watch BioWare, a studio that I have never been a particular fan of anyway, outside of like outside of Mass Effect 1, 2, and most of 3. But like even somebody like me who I really hate Dragon Age in general, but I am like, yeah, the writing was so much better in Dragon Age Origins compared to the like 2 Inquisition, and especially in Veilguard. Veilguard's writing, it's like I can't believe functioning adults wrote Dragon Age Veilguard. Like I don't. It's like it's bewildering to me that actual adults that have lived more than the age of like 12 or 13 got in a room and wrote that script, like some of those lines for Dragon Age. Because it's like they're like they like I think it's very obvious that the people who wrote, I think it's obvious that a lot of the people at BioWare now are like trapped in that Twitter bubble, or I guess Blue Sky bubble now, because a lot of the usual suspects from like the video games industry ditched Twitter. They like jumped from one hellish site to another. It's like, okay, sure, whatever. But oh, we have to go back to the Goblin Cemetery. All right. But it's like, it's just embarrassing just when you watch some of these cutscenes from Veilguard. I mean, it makes Forspoken's writing look good by comparison. Like, even Forspoken's writing, which as bad as that was, I don't think that was anywhere as bad as Veilguard. Some of Veilguard's writing is. Veilguard's writing is like, it's like unbelievably bad. It's like the perfect storm of just like lack of talent, like head up your own ass, stuck in your own bubble. It's like, fuck, dude. It's like, please God, I'm so glad that game bombed. I'm so happy that it failed. The only thing that worries me is that some of the Veilguard writers are now at Sucker Punch, and they're working on Ghost of Yotei apparently, which, oh fuck, oh shit. That is very worrying. I don't think they're gonna have much contribution to Ghost of Yotei because Ghost of Yotei's probably been written for a long time now, or the script's been solidified for a long time. But man, oh man, it's just, I don't want to be seeing. I think Atsu is her name in Ghost of Yotei. I don't want to be seeing Atsu do any like anti-bigot push-ups. Because they threw out like an anachronistic term. No, I don't want to be ambushed, please. Alright, so I gotta go to... Or I might as well... Hold on. This will be an easier way, I think. Oh, shit. I think what makes WB a special kind of bad is because their decisions feel like it comes from malice than greed. I mean greed definitely, but I don't know about malice. I think they're just incompetent. Like what's the saying is like don't attribute to malice what you could attribute to incompetence. I think like the simpler explanation, as much as I think the people behind Warner Brothers are very like malicious and cynical, I think it more just has to do with straight up incompetence. I was responding to some guy on like I made a comment, not in a story related to WB, but I was talking about I think I was commenting on a story about how PlayStation, the story, the quote from one of the Shuhei Yoshida interviews where PlayStation doesn't they don't force their studios to make live services, but I argued that that quote lacks a lot of texture because, I mean, anyone from the working world can say like, oh yeah, we weren't coerced to do this thing, but it's like, we know damn well that there are some companies out there that they don't force people directly to make certain decisions or make certain calls, but they absolutely there's absolutely an influence or a greater implied financial incentive to do something. Anyway, one of the comments that I was responding, or he was responding to me, the comment that I had made, he said that that like, oh, there are just so many people on this website that feel like they can make better decisions than PlayStation. And it's like, I told him like, dude, I guarantee you there are people on this website that could have made smarter decisions than PlayStation. And I apply that same, like, there are people out there. I feel like everybody watching this stream right now, everybody commenting, everybody, like David, Nero, Richard, the Vancouver, Summertime, all of you could make better decisions regarding WB's IP than WB themselves right now. I bet all of you could have made better decisions than the dumbasses that are running PlayStation right now. I guarantee it. Like, I know people would get mad at me saying, I know people get, like, some people on the internet would get mad at me saying something like that because they're like, well, you're ignoring, you think you're smarter? It's like, yeah, I do. I do think myself, I do think a lot of you guys out there, I think a lot of my subscribers would absolutely make better decisions compared to WB. I say that like 100% because I really highly doubt any of you guys would have greenlit Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. You would have said, oh yeah, Rocksteady, you guys that make really good single player games, you guys go ahead and do a massive multi-million-dollar live service. Absolutely. Yeah, makes total sense to me. I'm sure all of you would have denied Bluepoint doing a God of War, of all things, a God of War live service. So again, there are people out there that don't have fucking Harvard MBAs, that aren't like brilliant financial like geniuses, gurus, that could make smarter decisions than a lot of these companies out there. It's absolutely true. But anyway, despite the good reviews game sites gave it. Oh, you're talking about Veilguard. Dude, it's amazing how many... I've read some of the reviews that were put out, the positive reviews for Veilguard, and I was like stunned by the lack of depth that some of these people write when they give out like 9s and 8s for that game. Especially like the IGN review of Veilguard, I think is embarrassing. And I think it's very obvious that there was some bias towards, or like in favor of BioWare, simply because I think it's twofold, because they would like to give Veilguard good reviews, because I think a lot of the reviewers knew that if BioWare got like a massive amount of shit, for the game, then it would be like a greater chance of them shutting down. So I think there's that bias in favor of BioWare. And then let's call a spade a spade. There's also the people in the video games industry that share the same social media bubbles that a lot of people at BioWare probably do, and they see that this game is much more like very specifically, you know, championing things like non-binary people and trans stuff. And so they want to like give that game a leg up because it's like, oh, it's doing this. Doesn't matter if it's doing it well. Doesn't matter if it's got good writing. Doesn't matter if it's portraying these subjects in a very like intelligent manner. It's like, oh, they're doing it, so that automatically gives it points. It's like, no, fuck off. Like, I don't believe that shit. I know people who are trans, like myself. Not myself, I'm not trans, but I have trans friends who, when they talk about Dragon Age the Veilguard, they have nothing but contempt for it, for the way they write those characters and the way they portray it, because they just see it as being coddled. They see it as a way of being like condescended to. It's like exploiting them for financial opportunism and for brownie points, and they feel disgusted by it. So yeah, I've never played Dragon Age of the Veilguard, but I have nothing but contempt for what BioWare did in tackling that. They're gonna fuck up Sly's writing and make Carmelita a strong, independent woman that doesn't need Sly 5. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they would do that. I don't think they would, because they're never gonna make a Sly 5. It's never gonna happen. Imagine making dev teams do what they are best at instead of some random shit. Imagine. Actually, I mean, it's funny. I have the video that's coming out on Thursday is gonna be about that. Like my growing frustration with these companies that are just refusing to make the games that fans want, and they're just pursuing these really ill-advised projects that are just gonna go absolutely nowhere. Oh shit. Hey, BB Ray, this game will forever rock. Thanks for keeping an unappreciated treasure alive. You're very welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you taking your time out of your day to come by and leave a very nice comment like that. I appreciate it. Thank you. The Oscars are tonight. It would be fun to talk shit about. I'm not watching that. No. No way. No way. I got better things to do with my time. I don't plan on playing Veilguard. Dragon Age fan. Origins and Awakening are peak Dragon Age for me. And they were 7th-gen games. 2009, 2010. It is sad that we have to go like all the way back to the late 2000s and the 2010s to get something of like decent quality from BioWare. And again, I'm not even like a fan of those games, but even I know that the like objectively the writing is so much better in those games. Like objectively, there's no question in my mind. You'd have to be delusional to think the writing in Veilguard is better than the writing in Origins or Dragon Age 2, or hell, even Inquisition I think had better writing. So they say people prefer playing older games than new games. That's probably more based on like live services, I bet. Because wasn't there a story recently that the top 40% of players on consoles play like the same 10 games? Like they share the same 10 games. Like it's like the usual suspects like Fortnite, Warzone, Apex. I think there was some other ones, some of like the Chinese gacha games. And reading that made me like very depressed when I saw that. It wasn't surprising, but it was just depressing to get a study like that. That's lame. Well, I mean, it's the way of the world. I mean, there's like tons of kids, and like, you know, something that I don't think it's something that I don't bring up enough when I talk about live services, is that, especially considering how many games there are and how expensive they're becoming, I almost don't blame people for sticking to the same game, like especially if it's free to play over and over again, like more like normie players, because a lot of like normal younger gamers, let's be real, do not play games the way I do. Well, I'm somebody that likes to leapfrog from game to game. Like now that I'm done with Pirate Yakuza, I'll probably never touch it again, despite me enjoying it. Like as soon as I get footage for a video, if I make one, it's getting like deleted off my fucking hard drive to make room for other things, because that's just what I do. I don't it's very rare that I have certain games left on my console for like an extended period of time, and the only ones that are things like I have Kingdom Hearts 1.5 2.5 downloaded on, that's like a permanent fixture on my PS5. Just, I don't even need to explain that one. Astro's Playroom and Astrobot are permanent fixtures on there. I had Metaphor still on there, which I haven't gone back to yet. But I downloaded Jedi Survivor, and that was like a stupid ass 130 gigabytes. And I'm already considering like deleting that and I've only played maybe like a couple hours of it. And it's been fun. I do like it so far, but I'm gonna have to make room for Split Fiction, because I think that's 70 gigs. And then I assume Wonder Stop isn't gonna be anything crazy, but Clair Obscur is probably gonna be at least like 50 gigabytes. And I just don't feel the need to upgrade my hard drive, because like I said, I just don't keep a lot of games on my hard drive. I haven't gone back to Dragon Quest 3. Oh god, that's another one I have like yet to play that, just because I don't even remember why I didn't buy it when it came out. Shit. Oh wait, I forgot, I don't have a Volty Blast for Spirit. That's right. Yeah, he's talking about the HD TV. Is that it? Oh, no. Please die. 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 Jedi Survivor took over. It is a good game. I must say, so far, I think the combat does feel better compared to Fallen Order. Because I was like, I didn't really like Fallen Order, but one of my reasons for that it was the combat, because it just, something about it didn't, something about the combat, I felt like the timing was all off on things like parrying and dodging. But it feels more fine-tuned in Survivor already. I can tell the difference. It just feels better to play. Let me get a swig of water while my party takes care of this. There we go. Oh god, were these poisoned? She's got 3,000 to go. She could probably handle it. How far did you get? What, me? Into Jedi Survivor? Ah! Yeah, Ridley, you're gonna be fine. I don't need to waste a poison cure thingy on you. Yeah, I finished the boss fight in the opening against the one sister, like the fat sister. And like cut her head off. That one. But I'm pretty sure I stopped there. Getting Xenoblade X for my birthday. Hopefully the remaster is good. Nice. I'm sure it will be, considering. Is it Monolith doing the remaster, or is it a different studio? Because I know sometimes Nintendo contracts those remasters out to other teams. Keep going, it gets better. Oh, I'm sure it gets better. I just... Well, now that I'm done with Yakuza, I'll probably because I have a system for studying where for every hour of schoolwork I get done, I give myself 30 minutes of game time at night. So it's encouraging because like the more school stuff I do, the more game time I'll have later. And that's only like in the evening. During weekdays, I never play video games. Besides like Animal Crossing, which I play during my lunch, like my lunch breaks. I don't play like that PS5 as far as like games go doesn't even get touched like the whole day. But I've been using like having time with Pirate Yakuza in the evening as like my motivator to study and to do my schoolwork. But I could use Jedi Survivor as like my motivator. Because I did enjoy it, what I've played of it so far. I would like to really enjoy a Respawn game again, because the only Respawn game I've liked is Titanfall 2, and that's not a game I just like. That's a game that like I adore Titanfall 2. Like if I ever made a top 10 of all time, there's a very good chance that Titanfall 2 would be on that list. But everything else Respawn has ever made, I have not been a fan of. Like, I really did not like the first Titanfall. I didn't like Fallen Order. Apex Legends is okay. It kind of has that movement, the movement from Titanfall when you're out of the mech. It has that, but it's not Titanfall. And it's in like it's like stuck in the battle royale trappings, which is greatly irritating because I think they could make a really cool single player game again with Apex's gameplay systems, at least how it feels to play. Because I think it's a very good feeling shooter, but it's a battle royale, especially it's a first person battle royale, which I'm not good at those. I hate to say it, but like if I ever play a battle royale game, it's gonna be Fortnite. I know Fortnite's like a capitalist hellscape, but I enjoy it more as a game as a whole compared to Apex or other battle royales that I've played. Alrighty, get out of here. A Ratchet and Clank Battle Royale would be nice. I mean, I guess they could technically turn, was it Deadlocked? Something like that, maybe, but I'm good. I think the only like PlayStation game that would make sense to me as a battle royale would probably be Twisted Metal, and I guess according to leaks, that's exactly what it was going to be. I'm thinking boring, like you told me. No, that's true. It's, yeah, you know, yeah, you're right. Like, as much as I'm thinking, like, you know, like it's like my more reasonable gut instinct takes over when I hear something like that. My initial reaction is like, but then again, you know, PlayStation have, you know, they've been known to greenlight projects that make me go like, so it's like, yeah, I guess that fits the bill. Sadly, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. These are the times we live in. Quote Gawain, a later point in the story. You must do your duty, as must we all. Damn, Rika's getting a lot of the final kills. You go, girl. I remember your reaction when you found out about the God of War live service. I was the one that told you. Well, I mean, you didn't see. I texted you a reaction, but you didn't like see it when I got your text and was like, "What?" Like, I wish you could feel my like complete crushing disappointment when I saw that news. Like, I wish I could transfer that feeling to like you in some way, so you could like viscerally understand like how disappointed I was that this was real. Get this, people are saying that the upcoming Doom game is woke because it has difficulty settings. I'm not joking. Are they talking about like those custom ones that we saw in the developer direct? It's like, I don't know. I don't think it's woke per se, but I'm not like a big fan of those kind of difficulty modifiers because it's very difficult to balance the game when you have something like that. When you have difficulty that is like such an enormous like gap. I get that they want to make it a little more friendly, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like traditional difficulty settings are, I feel like those would have sufficed. I don't think we need to go that far in tweaking the kind of experience like that. But I guess if it's for people who, are handicapped, have some kind of like physical ailment, so it makes it difficult for them to play something like Doom, and this gives them like a little bit more leeway. As long as it doesn't compromise the vision of what they're going for, it's kind of like, all right, I guess I don't have a problem with it in theory. It's when people start crying about adding like a difficulty in something like, or an easy difficulty in something like Dark Souls or Sekiro, that I start to be like, yeah, but the intention of the atmosphere of those worlds is their crushing difficulty. Like, without that, it kind of just defeats the whole ambiance of these games. I mean, if you want to make a Souls game, but make it like less, like don't like have multiple difficulty settings, like I don't really care at that point. But I don't like other people enforcing their will upon other developers. It's like tough games that are gonna come out, like the what's it called, the Phantom Blade Zero, where that apparently is gonna have multiple difficulty settings. It's gonna have, I think they said it's gonna have a checkpoint system where if you die in the second phase of a boss, you can have an option to take you back, not to the beginning of the fight, but to the last checkpoint. Which is like, okay, if you want that option, then that's fine. But that doesn't like create like difficulty modifiers and what have you. That's just like, oh, it's a different checkpoint option. Which I'm fine with it at that point. But I don't think it's, again, this is another example of like, we have completely lost the plot as far as what words mean. Like, completely lost the plot. But yeah, I felt your reaction. I was like, is this really what they've been working on? I think the whole world collectively asked that question. There's maybe like one guy in the back who was kind of like, I would have played a God of War live service. It's like, no, you wouldn't have. Shut up. Okay, so the next, I think the next side quest, and yes, I did break out the strategy guide so I could kind of see what's up, because I don't remember exactly which side quests are where. Oh, okay, gotta go back to Fort Halencia. And then go back, because I think you can recruit that guy, the scholar. I'm talking about because it is difficulty settings, period, is why people are calling it woke. Yeah, but the other Doom games had difficulty settings. That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense to me. G'day. Hey, Algandar's Plague Positive. How you doing? You know what's funny? I was going through my my watch later playlist that I have on YouTube, just like getting rid of stuff. And I didn't know this, I had one of your videos in my watch later playlist, like all the way down at the bottom. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know I had this guy's video in here. It was the one where you're looking through like secret, like unfinished rooms from Radiata Stories. Blah, 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 Radiata Stories. Hey you, join my party. Join my party. Fuck. I'll come back later. Yeah, that one. I have that. I'm pretty sure I had watched it already, but for some reason I had it in my watch later playlist. And I thought that was funny. I was like, oh, like I have this video. And I've not talked to Algandar's Plague Positive, but like I've communicated with this person whose video I have in my watch later list. At a time, and I added it at a time where I no communication whatsoever. I found that to be very interesting. Honestly, both the wokes, the anti-wokes are not that different. Sure, like dude trying to find anything remotely wrong with certain games. Well, again, it's people from different bubbles, like social media, social bubbles, but they just believe different things. But they're like almost equally obnoxious, and not have internet moralizer wannabes breathing down my neck. Yeah, well, this is what I find funny about a lot of people dipping Twitter to go to Blue Sky, or like, what was that other one? There was like a Beehive or some crap, some stupid website like that. And it's like, you're just jumping from the frying pan and into the fire at that point, dude. It's like, you're really trying to escape a toxic environment. It's like, dude, you're just quit social media altogether. Just quit. Like, you want to feel better instantly? Get off of social media. It's crazy how many unused maps there are. Yeah, that's why I like that video so much. It's like there was a time back in, like, during the pandemic where like I was on social media like a lot. Where I was on Facebook a lot, I was on Twitter a lot, and there just came a breaking point where I was so like miserable, especially when like the George Floyd riots started to happen, and I just watched like friends of mine that like separately I know them, but like those two don't even know each other, and I see them arguing with one another, and it's kind of like, oh my god, I don't even want to like be a part of this anymore. So I took a break from social media for like a month. And I was just like, I don't want to look at this. I don't want to have anything to do with this. I'm out. And I tell you, like, during those few months changed like my whole relationship with social media. Like, I still use it. I still go on Twitter. I still look at things. But I don't look at it like anywhere near as much as I used to. Because it's just so like it's just so unhealthy to just be constantly connected to other people and constantly bombarded with new information and stories, and it's just like, oh my god, like, just like, our brains were never meant to process this kind of information this quickly. And I noticed immediately, like, once I left social media for that month, I felt much better. Like, it was incredible how much better I felt just not being a part of it. And then when I went back after that month to look what I had missed, I was like, I hate this so much. I stopped looking at it after about like 10 minutes. I was like, I hate this. Why do other people engage in this? I don't understand this. It's like that allegory of the cave, where it's like you leave the cave and you realize that there's this like nice, brighter world out there. And you go back into the cave and you try to like pull the people away that are still in the cave and be like, hey, there's a better world out there. And then they just don't want to leave because they feel like this cave is just their safe zone. And it's like, no, you're in this like toxic bubble. You're just making yourself more and more miserable. And it's just this horrible cycle. The social media just takes advantage of all the stuff within us, like the dopamine hitters and whatnot. But anyway, I have Blue Sky. I do too, but just so I can get the name in there. And it's similar to Twitter, but I always say the social media platform are as good as who's actually using it. Sure. I mean, like, every social media platform has good and bad. I only really use Twitter to post stream announcements and follow fan artists. None of the Radiata fan artists from Japan are on Blue Sky. Overall, Blue Sky is just boring. It's barren. Yeah, it really is. It's the one thing I will give it is that I like the design is not as cluttered as Twitter's has become. Because ever since Musk took over, like, I feel like things break all the time on Twitter. Like, my timelines can get all fucked up from like the posts will be out of order, and it's just like, oh, fucking hell. But on Blue Sky, at least there's like some technical competence there. But again, like you said, it's just dull. Like, I don't know anyone on Blue Sky. I don't really care to know anyone on Blue Sky. Everyone I care to talk to, I either interact with them in my real life on Discord or through you all here. There's like no one else I wish to talk to, or at least this point in time, that I can go to like Blue Sky for like exclusively. Discord is where it's at, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, and that's another one where it's like, look, there's good and bad on Discord, like there's on all other social media platforms. But I mean, just like, I have my like very few channels that I'm in on Discord, and that's that. Like, I've never felt the need to create my own Discord for the channel. People have asked, and I just have never felt a desire to do it. You know, like, I feel like my channel here, that's enough as far as the community goes. Oh, whoops. It's fine. Like, if people want to come together and talk, like, they can do so. They can. I mean, you guys are doing it right now. You're here in the chat, and you're talking. Why do I need to make a Discord where you guys can be in like constant communication with one another? Like, you know, go do it yourselves if you guys want to talk to each other. Oops. Damn it. Hold on. There we go. How to call poison control because I actually took my anxiety meds too soon. Oh, Jesus. Thankfully, I'm good. Just have to skip for tonight. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Because we were gonna watch a movie tonight. We were gonna start a casino tonight. But I mean, if you're not feeling up to it, you know. I mean, we could always delay it. But if you're up to it, you know, just let me know. I have a Discord, but I don't really use it much except for playing Exalted with my brother and friends. I only post there for upcoming sports practices to my friends. Oh, okay. That's fair. I think streamer Discords can be good for posting announcement schedules or just overall hang out outside of streaming hours, like posting memes and hosting movie nights. Yeah. That's how I feel on monitoring any other effects, just in case. No, you're good, dude. But yeah, it's like I must admit, I have a certain, I like talking to you all here, but I do, there is like a semblance of like privacy, I guess, or like disconnect, if you can call it that. Like I don't want to be like accessible all the time to my community that I have here. I like having a boundary that's set up. I just think that is just much healthier for all parties. Understandable. Like, I will never understand streamers that are like constantly streaming, constantly available to their fans, constantly posting things, constantly making videos, it's like, that just sounds exhausting. That sounds like you have no life outside of your community. And like, I understand if they have that community and that community is what pays the bills. It's like, at that point, you kind of do need to be a little bit more connected. But even some of the people that are like multimillionaires from being, you know, streamers and whatnot, even some of those guys like fall into a very like unhealthy type of engagement with the community, where they just feel like their community feels like they are constantly available. They have like their entire, it's almost like Truman Show, if you've ever seen that movie with Jim Carrey, where it's like their life is just on display for all to see. And that thought is just terrifying to me. Yeah, very parasocial, very creepily parasocial. Like, I really like, one of the content creators I really like, I have a great like not love isn't like I love the person, but I love their work. I have loved their work for years. Is Gaming Brit Show. If any of you know who that is, or goes by first name Charlie. What I really respect about him, besides his work, is that he keeps a very long arm's length distance between him and his community, of which I'm one of them. Like, I subscribe to his Patreon. I've personally like not talked like voice wise, but we've like chatted over like DMs, because sometimes I'll like share things with him and whatnot that I find interesting that I know he'd probably like. But what I appreciate is that he's not on social media all that much. He streams very rarely. And when he does talk, it's in a very like controlled way, where he disables any like commenting on posts. Any posts he does on Twitter, it's all about like, oh, new video out, and then he disables the comments. And it's like, okay, I really respect that, because he's keeping a distance. And like, but until like, I think last year is when he did his video, or maybe like a couple years ago, he did a video about Kingdom Hearts, the final mixed version of Kingdom Hearts 1. I didn't even know the guy had a wife, which is like, a lot of content creators, you can find out like immediately what their relationships are with other people. And it's like, and I only found out because he said it like at the beginning of his video, that he like had some, because he began the Kingdom Hearts video by talking about an interaction, that a Final Fantasy related interaction he had with his significant other. And it's like, holy shit, like I really respect that he is not out there. He doesn't feel this compulsion to just blab out and share their lives, even to people that pay him monthly, like extra, like I do. like even people that pay his like help in paying his bills and pay to make his videos, he still even then has that distance, and I really respect that. I would personally find it very creepy if he then all of a sudden tried to like interact more like with the community and like frequently and whatnot. But he's one of my big inspirations as far as like content wise and how he like conducts himself online. I find that to be very admirable. It's like the complete opposite of other streamers that I've seen that just feel this like narcissistic compulsion to just put their lives out on display for everybody. And then they wonder like, oh, why do people have such a parasocial relationship with me? It's like, I wonder why. Practically because like you've done everything except literally open your door to your mansion to invite your audience in to hang out with you. That's like, it's one step away from that. Always good to keep a low profile. Yeah, exactly. Especially in the age of the internet where like anybody can find dirt on you. Like I'm sure there is something that I have said in the past, maybe like 2016, 2015, 2014, that somebody, if they wanted to like make me look like a prick, they could bring it up and be like, look at what this guy said and did like 10 years ago. It's like, yeah, okay. Cool. Like, thanks. But I respect anyone that like really has that discipline to not put their lives out on Twitter or TikTok, or I think TikTok has worsened parasocial problem. TikTok, like I have never used TikTok like ever. Even when people try sending me links to TikTok, I don't do it. I think TikTok, not to be an alarmist, I think TikTok has been extremely dangerous for like content creators. It unfortunately also gives people who probably should not have a platform or a voice. Me either, and I don't plan on making a TikTok anytime soon. No, neither do I. You're not gonna see like, oh, come follow Razorblade Mango on TikTok. Like, no. Even then, I don't actively promote my Twitter. Like, it's just there. Like, if you want to do it, fine, but if not, that's okay too. Alright, let's see how difficult this fight is. But I just find it really disturbing when content creators basically borderline open the door to their lives, to their fans. Now, I'm not against sharing personal details if they relate to like the point of a video that somebody is trying to make. Well, that was easy. For instance, what's a good example I'm trying to think of? I guess talking about like the depressive spell I went through when I played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and like how that game like really deeply impacted me on a very like deep, very, very personal level. Like I can, even then I had to like really be in the mood to talk about it in that respect. Like I didn't like immediately make a video talking about look at me guys, like I felt depressed after playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I don't know, like, when did I make that video? It was like 7 months after Rebirth came out. How the hell do I get out of here? How does it just look? Oh. No. Oh, there we go. Alrighty, time to head back. 。 like in that case, I don't think sharing personal details is inappropriate. But I do think it's like creepy when you have like a parade of like personal information for no justifiable reason. There's a movie, I forget what I think it's called The Circle. It's with Emma Watson and Tom Hanks. And it's about this woman who's employed by this tech company. And she's like testing one of the new products that they're doing from this like tech prodigy, like the tech company owner played by Tom Hanks. And she basically like borderline straps a camera to herself and puts cameras all around her house so people can have like constant connection to this person. And it ends up going like, it's not a good movie at all. Like it's actually like kind of a crappy movie, but that portrayal of social media, like self-inflicted invasion of privacy. I think the movie was made in like 2015, and even then it was quite bad, but it was like very prophetic for like where this was going. I don't think it's anywhere near on like the depth of something like Paranoia Agent, which back in 2004 predicted social media created like social contagions and whatnot, which was like very eerie when I went back and watched Paranoia Agent like years ago. I was like, holy shit. Satoshi Kon predicted basically like the paranoia and pandemonium around social media. That's fucking incredible. It's like when Kojima, when he did Metal Gear 2 and Metal Gear Solid 2, and he predicted like memes and fake news and information bubbles, and it's like, holy shit. When you go back and watch some of the cutscenes from Metal Gear Solid 2. Like at the time, it's like when you play Metal Gear Solid 2, it's like, whoa, what are these wacky science fiction concepts? But then you play it like more than 20 years later, and it's frightening how prophetic Kojima was. Even back in 2001. I still find it crazy that Kojima basically made a game about the pandemic, like in a way about the pandemic, 3 months before the pandemic started, or 3 or 4 months before the pandemic started with Death Stranding. Because Death Stranding is basically like all about communication and connection in an age of isolation. And again, that was released 3 or 4 months ago before COVID started. So, like, unintentionally, Death Stranding, it becomes this, like, very topical, personal kind of thing. I know people that played Death Stranding during the pandemic and were, like, stunned by how much Kojima unintentionally predicted with that game. I'm almost scared to see what he does with Death Stranding 2. Like, I'm really looking forward. That's one of my most anticipated games of the year, because I'm like a big fan of his. I really like the first Death Stranding. It's a very unique, one of the most unique games ever made. But I'm scared like what he's gonna say in Death Stranding 2, and it's like, oh man. Metal Gear Rising took place in 2020, 7 years before the pandemic. I mean, it came out in 2013. Well, it also, Metal Gear Rising also talks about things like nanomachines and the military-industrial complex and whatnot. And even then, like, I mean, those are some of Kojima's favorite subjects, and like how war and governments intertwine. I mean, and that's still relevant to this very day. So it is it's quite amazing to see when creators like predict the future, whether intentionally or unintentionally. It's quite amazing. But as far as video games go, I think Kojima is definitely like way ahead of everybody else as far as being prophetic for certain things. I really do wonder, speaking of Kojima, I really do wonder I mean, like, despite like how weird the trailer is for Death Stranding, I think it's kind of crazy. Death Stranding 2, it's kind of crazy. Like, I kind of have an idea of what Death Stranding 2 is going to be like now that I've like played Death Stranding, the first one, multiple times. But I'm very curious what that OD project of his, the horror game, and the Project Pheasant, the stealth, the espionage, the Metal Gear Solid successor that he's doing with PlayStation. I really do wonder how that's gonna go, because that will be that'll be a big day when that is finally shown off to the world in a big way. That's such a look. I give PlayStation a lot of shit, but them, Hermen Hulst getting Kojima back again with a Metal Gear Solid successor, like, fuck, Kojima's basically like, fuck it, we don't need Metal Gear. I have my own Metal Gear with blackjack and hookers, and it's like, oh, we're gonna partner up with PlayStation publishing it. It just, like, to me, it just, that's an idea that just makes so much sense in my head. It's like a wish list idea that I never thought would happen, where they were like, oh, let's just make our own Metal Gear Solid IP with Kojima and give him like all the backing and support that he needs. It's like, yes. Just like, it's so obvious of an idea. I can't believe Hermen Hulst actually came up with it. It's quite amazing. And that's something like I rightfully like make fun of Hermen Hulst a lot. And I have a lot of problems with Hermen Hulst, but I will say, and I've said this before, that one of his greatest strengths, one of like the best things he's done during his tenure, is him getting like cozy, like getting like way more comfy with Kojima, which I think is a very wise partnership that you want to maintain just for like legacy's sake. And I always really liked the story of Hermen Hulst when Kojima was shopping around PlayStation Studios, like looking for an engine to use for Death Stranding, like back in like 2017. I always really liked the story of Hermen Hulst when Kojima was visiting Guerrilla. Hermen Hulst basically gave Kojima the Decima engine source code, and like without even like Kojima didn't even ask, which is the story. The story is Kojima didn't even ask, and yet Hermen Hulst was like, this isn't when he was the head of PlayStation, by the way. This is still when he was the managing director of Guerrilla. But I appreciate that he had enough respect for Kojima to be like, fuck it, let's just give the guy the source code to our engine, which is a huge deal in the tech world, to give somebody the source code to anything. And that's like a major sign of trust and respect for Kojima. And that's what ultimately like won Kojima to use the Decima engine for Death Stranding. It's what solidified the partnership between them and Guerrilla and PlayStation for Death Stranding. And it's also what started like the friendship between him and Hermen Hulst, which again I think has paid off very nicely now that Hermen Hulst is the head of, I'd rather Herman not be the head of PlayStation Studios with everything that has happened, but if I'm gonna be if I'm in like a rare optimistic mood, I do think that was an extremely smart decision that has really paid off in hindsight. Because now, like, Kojima, it's like, yeah, it's like, of course I want to keep working with you. You gave me the source code for your fucking new engine. We're gonna do a little bit more grinding, because I do want to beef up, and I do want to talk to you all a little more. And then we'll head back to Fort Valencia once we've grinded up a little more. Though I do want to see if I can befriend some of the goblins. Or maybe it has to trigger when the story cutscene starts. Oh well. Let's just walk around and just talk. And just chat and just beat the shit out of these guards. Maybe having Ridley here isn't such the best idea. Because she's gonna get... Spoilers! She's gonna get taken out of my party. But then again... Yeah, it'd probably be wise to not level her up too much. I'll go and switch, and then I'll... Oh, whoops. I'll go back and switch her out and see who I have, who's the next best person. But I hope everyone who's watching the stream is having a very nice day, and thank you for coming by, as always. Always greatly appreciate it. Or hold on, just check my friends list there. See what's up. I do need to get the Volti Blast. That'd be a good thing to get. Okay. Oh, that's not too bad of a drop. Get that cranked up a little bit. Or let me save real quick, actually. Save. There we go. That's the first time I've saved the whole stream. That would have sucked if it like crashed in the middle. Okay. Let's do some training here. Oh shit, I need to... I don't think I have a 4-hit combo. Oh, there we go. Okay. Wait, oh no, I have to... Okay, no. Let's get out of this. I do need to change some things. Yeah, okay. Or wait, whoops. There we go. It's so annoying that like even though it tells you 4 hits when you're doing this, it doesn't count it as a combo because it's not, you haven't created a combo in the weapons menu, which is annoying. Yeah, like I just did the same thing practically. Only this time it counts it as a combo, which is stupid. Defeat enemy. That shouldn't be a problem. Considering this weapon is freakishly good. Yeah, like 2 hits. You know what's funny? Speaking of like hits, I did like the content that was meant to be kind of like post-game in Pirate Yakuza before fighting before getting to like the final act. And if you do some of the post-game stuff early, you can actually unlock a power that basically like 1-hit kills almost any boss. And I used it on like some of the final enemies in the game, and it was like comically easy getting through the final string of bosses in Pirate Yakuza. Because I was just ridiculously powerful. Horizon Slice. Horizontal Slice. Why did I read that as Horizon Slice? There we go. Bam. My dog is sitting behind me and he's making like weird noises while he dreams. He's sleeping and I can hear him like I think he's chasing something in his dream that he's having right now. It's cute. I wish y'all could hear it on the mic. It's funny. Yeah, he's knocked out. He's just like There we go. Should be getting there it is. Alright. Volti Blast acquired. Alright. Let's go to... How much time do I have left? Oh, I still have time. So we did that. Yeah, let's go grind up a little bit. Go to Radiata City and fight some of our old friends. Or let me, now that I have the Bolty Blast, let me save that. Oh, it's just midnight. I was worried it like triggered the story cutscene. Which I don't think it's going to, just because I'm in the middle of a side quest. Ow. Smack you. Let's see. Oh yeah, we'll get him leveled up in no time. We'll make a warrior out of him yet. Though I wonder like how strong some of the people at Goblin Haven are. I know obviously the leader is the most powerful one, but who's the second most powerful? I wonder if that person would be recruitable. Let's go. Hey Nathaniel, how you doing? Still one of the best RPGs ever. I completely agree. Where's the... Oh, chat reason. That's Septum. That's not... I wonder where this... Let's see where this takes me. Oh, I have to fight Caesar. Let's see how bad this is. Oh god. This will be a real test. I'm probably gonna have to use Ulti Blast for that one. Oh, there we go. Got him. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Oof. It's a lot of XP. Okay. Oh, nothing there. Nope. Get it. I'll call him that extra guard, buddy. Then again, that would give me more XP, so... I don't know, maybe you do want to call some more guards. Make this really spicy. Ah. Maybe I should just let my teammates take care of this themselves. See, like, how well they do without my input. It probably wouldn't go very well for them, but I'm kind of curious. Like, what would happen? I think Gil would be okay. I think Rico would probably be okay. I don't know about Rodriguez or Marquez, whatever the hell his name is. What's his fucking name? Martinez. Alright, well, you guys go ahead. I'll stand back here and just watch. Yeah, like I said, I knew Gil would be okay, 'cause Gil is like wiping the fucking floor with them. She got one. Yeah, Martinez, yeah, doing alright. I don't know if they really need my input. And he finally got an end screen celebration. That's good. Good for him. I'm happy about that. He finally got one. Let's see. There's no pig statue here. Let's go back. I want to go grind in an area where there's a pig statue. I could just easily warp back to Fort Halencia. Let's see, what would be good? Actually, on the way to Earth Valley is not too bad. That actually might make for pretty good. That might actually make for a pretty good grind path. Animate. Hello. Z. Z to you as well. Damn. See, like, look at that. It's so funny I'm like killing these guilds over and over again. Like the squad leaders and the guild squads. It's just funny. They just keep reappearing again and again and again. Because apparently they didn't get the hint the last time that they're like completely outclassed by me. So they just keep throwing them like the... Sorry to change my name from Nathaniel. Oh, it was super weird not having my gaming name show up. as I usually never watch lives on YouTube unless it's rockets. Oh, okay. No, you're good. Well, welcome. Oh yeah, look at that. Good amount of people I can fight on this route. David's a good one to fight. Got a decent amount of XP. fighting Thanos. This is all the times you made fun of me, you dickhead. It is kind of sad that I'm like fighting Thanos. Not like purple big man Thanos, but receptionist at Theater Vancouver Thanos. Yeah, look at that. Martinez is already at almost level 34. Pretty good. I'm almost at level 50. Good stuff. Let's see. Oh. This guy. Okay. Okay. Let's see what you got. And he's already frozen. Oh, he's frozen again. Yeah. Good luck with that. Yeah, Sonata. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Character I wish appeared more. I remember playing this day one when it released. Same here. Love finding new party members set up from this. I actually got this, I'm pretty sure I played it day one when it came out as well. Pretty sure. Because my, I was at detention that day, and my cousin picked me up from school, and he took me to GameStop, and that's where I got both the game and the strategy guide. He bought it for me. It was like a oh, you survived detention. Here you go. Here's your reward. Just got rewarded for punching a kid in the face during gym. Yep, this is the way to Earth Valley. Oh, come on. There we go. Sorry, bucko. Oh god, the strategy guides from back in the day without Google. I love those old strategy guides. They're so cool to pour through. Because the ones that are the best ones not only give you info about the game, but they also give you a very like detailed look at the characters and the dynamics they have. Like the strategy guide for Radiata Stories is really, really cool. It even has this, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it has this relationship chart for each character that points to like the specific characters that they're closest to. And it has like little indentations of what their relationships are, like funny little things that are written. Like for example, Charlie, one of the knights, when his arrow points to Cross's arrow points to him, and it just says, thinks nothing of him. Basically just Cross doesn't even know this guy exists. And then Charlie's points to Cross, and it just says, thinks he's handsome, or something along those lines. But I also really like the one when it's Jack's page, and then there's the one relationship chart that points to Ridley. And the one Ridley, when it points back, Ridley says, thinks he's an idiot, but ... Which kind of like perfectly sums up the relationship between Jack and Ridley in the game. But I really miss. I mean, they're not necessary anymore. They're obviously very like obsolete. But I do miss strategy guides in a way. As just a little like novelty thing to have, especially if it's for a game that you really like. I think owning the strategy guide, even if you know the game inside and out, I think could actually be pretty fun. Like, I have the strategy guide for Kingdom Hearts 2. Do I need it? No. But it's fun to have. Especially since they never... I don't think they ever made an official... I don't think they ever made something like an official art book for Kingdom Hearts 2. I know they've made some art stuff for Kingdom Hearts that you can buy, but they're not exactly what I'm looking for from an art book. Especially not one that's specifically about Kingdom Hearts 2. If they ever made an art book about Kingdom Hearts 2, that's one that I would definitely buy. What time is it? Oh, okay, it's almost daybreak. I mean, these guys are trying, but it's just... they just can't beat me, you know? Oh, Martinez, look at you go. Oh, he's level 35 already. Damn. I love the distance. I love, like, just this view of Earth Valley from the hill. I just think it's just so cool. I've said this like so many times about other views in the game, but I think the art direction of this game is just spectacular. Yeah, sorry, Alma. You suck. For Daniel, you piece of shit. Even though I don't really like Daniel all that much. Oops, another one. Oh. Ah. Damn it. Stop that. There you go. No, Gil, you're not stealing my kill cam for me. There we go. I get the final one. Trias really needs to come out with an HD version or a remaster for this. I could not. That's like the. It's like the mantra of my channel's history. Bring back Radiata stories. Damn it. I don't even need a sequel. I need like a really great, proper, like full-on 60 FPS. Or I think this is. I don't know if this is 60 FPS or not. I think it is, but... or maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. But they need to make it like... they need to make a really great HD version for this. Square Enix likes to remaster every game under the sun. Apparently, except the two that I really want. Which is this and Dragon Quest VIII. For some reason, they're just allergic to remastering those two games. I kind of like take it almost personally. In a joking way, of course, but still, it's kind of like, dude, you're remastering every single thing except the thing that I want.
Hey,
There's no booze here. Yeah, you're drinking it, dude. Of course there's no booze here. It's all gone.
Hi.
Someone made a full 60 FPS mod for this. Was watching a vid on it this morning. I think I've seen it. I think you have to pay for it, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's like a. I think the person was asking like $10 for it or something. I think. Because when I was getting this playthrough set up to make sure it actually like runs at like good quality, I was looking around to see what mods were available for this port of this like emulated version of it, and I saw that 60 FPS and I went, oh my god, that'd be perfect. But then I found out you have to pay for it, and I was like, oh. I was like, yeah, I mean, I do think modders should be paid for their work, especially if it's something substantial, but it's like, I don't know, a 60 FPS mode for this, it's like unknown, unreliable maker, like, how do I know what I'm paying $10 for is actually going to be legit, you know? Like, that Earth Cell was so easy. I don't know why this guy couldn't have done and just gone and done it. Just taking a crew with him. The vid didn't have a price, but that might have been cut out of the vid. I don't know. And I agree, modders should make money. At least I think at least if I think that's the mod I was thinking of. That it's like $10. I know I was looking at mods for this. I was looking at mods for this and Dragon Quest VIII, which I also play on the PS2 emulator. But that has a different mod on it. It has a HD texture pack mod, which is like, it's kind of buggy in some areas, but it is gorgeous. But that 60 FPS mod for Radiata Stories, I was like, yo, I'm down. This is dope. Okay. I think that's it as far as side quests for now.
Hey.
Okay, I got him. Mr. fucking Boozer here. Let's talk to these.
Hi. Yes.
Thank you. I would, but you're not gonna let me. That'd be cool. Well, let's go outside and watch the sunset together, or sunrise together. I wonder, is this the best way to watch it, or is the other way better? Good enough. Yeah. Watch the sunrise. And then once the sun rises, we'll end the stream from there. And yeah. I just like that the moon has a face on it. I just always have really liked that detail. The day-night cycle in this game, I mean, it's not the first time a game has done it, obviously, but it like blew my mind when I played this back in the day, like for the first time. Like, I love, like, there was just something very more artistically thoughtful about the transition from day and night to day that they do in this game compared to some other games that I had played at the time. Like, obviously something like GTA does day to night, but not like this. This one is unique in the way that it does it. I just love, like, gradually you get to see like changes in the sky and the skyboxes, and the moon is like constantly moving. I just think it's so cool. Anyway, let's go save. And then just to let you all know, there won't be a live stream, a Radiata Stars live stream next week. Because next Sunday, I'm going to be watching the Kojima panel from South by Southwest for Death Stranding 2. So I'm going to watch that. Because it's happening around the same time I would normally do this. But depending on what I got going on, I might change the day to Saturday to do the live stream, but that's going to depend on what I have going on Saturday as well. But we'll see. I'll let y'all know one way or another what happens. But anywho, thank you all so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. It's a fun stream. Thank you, Nero. Thank you, David. Thank you, Vancouver Summertime. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Algandar's Plague Positive. Let me see who else. Thank you, Anime Nate. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you to everyone who came by, and I will catch you all later. Catch y'all later, guys. Bye. Have a good rest of your day.